You're being called into this timeless love story. It's not a temporary phase, though. The right person, right time moment, but a deep, evolving relation with love itself. Across your whole life, this is the set of animals: buffalo, black egg, swan, shark, fire ant forms this quiet oracle that speaks to you how to give, receive, and heal love. No matter what season your life you're in, they're less about predicting a romance and more about revealing your inner landscape of your heart, where you ground, where you hide, where you have to refine, where you need to protect, and where you repeat this cycle. I'm gonna go through one by one. First, we have buffalo, which represents grounding and core of the love. It is an earth animal and it is seen as something grounded, yet so heavenly, practical, but it is so spiritual. You're drawn to deep, loyal, stable and sacred partner rather than having these fleeting romance. Maybe you're at the stage where you're done with that type of relationships. Your love style thrives when it feels safe, worthy, someone whom you can trust, and someone who's aligned with your values. This buffalo card reminds you that true love is not rushed, it's tended over time, and you need to take that time. Then we have black egg. Black egg reveals our hidden truths, and it is also a ether card. It's often linked to the shadow side or the words you speak, the truth that's going to unfold. In every chapter of your life, there is like a silent layer where you kind of like avoid talking certain things, hiding certain things, or secretly desiring something. This card is asking you to reveal those things. Speak from honesty, not from fear, and your relationship don't grow on half truth. Or if your partner feels like you're not completely honest, the way you feel, the way you feel about him or her, or your relationship with yourself, anything that needs to be said. And these unspoken wounds will only be solved once everything works out. Once you come out of that black egg and speak the truth. Then we have swan, representing the grace and the love and the boundaries. It's so beautiful and it's so sensitive, and it does have a lot of emotional clarity, and creativity also comes up. So you have a deep need of tenderness, respect, and emotional elegance. You don't want love that is very messy or something dishonorable. This could have been the past situation, but now you don't want it. This one is teaching you how to love with grace and but also have boundaries to stay committed when it feels right. Recently, I kept seeing something and it kind of like stuck with me. Wait for the right person rather than dating a wrong person. So gracefully commit to what feels right. And just because you're single doesn't mean you have to constantly try to be with someone. You can just wait for the correct guy or correct girl, the one you feel love towards. And then you can show off your beauty. Gracefully release when it no longer serves you. That's something you need to keep in mind. And we have shark, love with power and protection. And shark, as we all know, is a water animal. It goes on with instinct, the protection, and having fierce boundary. You're You're not meant for weak or one-sided connection. The shark reminds you that healthy love includes strength, clarity, and ability to say no. When balanced, a shark brings out this passionate loyalty and sharp discernment. When out of balance, it can show up as jealousy, coldness, or emotional sharpness. And we have fire, and it has a pattern, especially this. You can see ants move in a certain way, react certain way. This is a fire element card, which triggers ego reactions, and it's like a trigger. The fire, the anger, everything, and doing repetitive patterns. It could be emotional loops, the ego clashes, or the pride or people pleasing behavior, or the fear based control. All these things could be showing up in your relationship. These are the emotional loops. Every love chapter is a chance to recognize these patterns early. When you do it early, it's better because there's still room for understanding each other and you're still wary of each other. So anything you want to solve it early. It won't be like emotional deceivement. You can transform that situation and choose to respond being aware instead of automatically going to your old responses. And how do you hold this? How does all of this comes into one pack? Is that buffalo is your foundation, how strong you need to be. And the black egg is asking you to be open with what you desire. Be open with the truth you're hiding. And that also goes to fire ants. Why? Because whatever the problem, whatever the emotional loop you're going through, that needs to be said in the early stages. And that truth should be spoken about. And that should be fixed. And we have Swan, which is like your ideal tone, being gentle, graceful, having boundaries, and being very graceful and beautiful. And the shark, having this protective power. And the fire ant is mirroring what you need to heal and what you need to release. So you need to ask yourselves some of these questions. Am I speaking the truth? Am I graceful enough? Am I rooted? Am I protecting myself? Am I noticing patterns early? This is the reading for you. This was meant for you to work on yourself. What needs to be done? What needs to be taken? Messages like these don't come often. This is way too precise and way too much about yourself.